This is the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on something. But legendary NFL quarterback Michael Vick told Lamar Jackson put a brace on him. Okay, that's what he told him to do. All right. So we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. But before we do, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. And cause nothing hit that button. I am your homeboy Fur Dad, my brother Tim G. Jacob. As I said, this is Put It On Something. Okay?
Yes, sir.
T, you know, the Baltimore Ravens just lost the playoff game. They
did.
played admirably, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think a lot of people thought that, you know, it wouldn't have been that close or anything like that. You know, a lot of folks didn't give them a chance whatsoever.
Nah.
But, yo, I mean, they played admirably.
They did.
If it wasn't for that goal line fumble.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Be a different game. Yeah, it was a different game.
Would have
been a different game. Yes.
You know,
absolutely.
If you know what I'm talking about, America, I'm talking about, you know, the Ravens playoff game versus the Bengals. Okay. Shout out to my nephew, George Anthony Harmon Jr. After they won, he texted me a picture of Joe Burrow. I'm like, man, bro, y'all got it so lucky that goal line fumble, really. Okay.
They did.
But hey, it is what it is. They made that play. They took that one to the house.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting is everybody's speculating now. Oh, if Lamar would have played, would they have won? People saying whether or not Lamar should have played. And so Michael Vick, who is often brought up when you talk about Lamar, his opinion gonna hold a lot more weight than maybe anybody else on planet Earth because their games are very similar. So, you know, doing one of these shows that Mike Vick is on, he basically was like, man, Lamar should have played. You know, got to put a brace on it. He talked about, I think, he said he played a whole year with a sprained MCL.
Yeah.
Okay. So, T, what are your thoughts on what Vic said, dog?
It don't shock me because Mike Vick ain't never probably sniffed 200 million. 230 million guaranteed. He probably never seen those kind of numbers come across his view, you know, in his playing days. And it sounds real OG-ish, jealous, you know, a little bit. I mean, but that's Vic's makeup. I mean, I do think Vic would have toughed it out. I do. But I don't know in that era. Yeah, he toughed it out. But I think in today's game, you got to make business decisions because there ain't no money just waiting on you after you leave the game. So you got to get your bread now. You got to strike while the iron's hot. And that's what Lamar is trying to do. If this is just a bad marriage, this is just a bad marriage right now. It was pretty when that boy was MVP. He was balling. And it's like, okay, yeah, you balling, but you ain't did enough. It's like they're waiting on him to Flacco it and at least get to the bowl, and then they'll pay him. But this is a guy that you basically changed your whole organization for. And he's getting ridiculed for sitting. And I'm like, well, there's a lot of others that sit, that protect their investment, that don't put their bodies on the line because they're not fully ready to go. I mean, okay, so let's run it down. Business decision, right? He plays that game, tears his knee. What are they going to do now? Trade him? Ship him out? I mean, you know, they're going, what's the plan after that? Are you just going to say, well, we'll just tag him? You know, how does the Ravens respond to that? Because you say this is your guy. He's your dude. They should have settled the situation once he was eligible to get the money. And then he may not have had to look over there at what Deshaun was getting and his popsicle. He could have just looked at his own popsicle and been good with his popsicle because he wanted cherry popsicle. You ain't got to go over there and look at Deshaun and his orange popsicle. You know how it is with kids, you know. You give them some skills and go on about their business. And somebody come along with like cotton candy and you jealous because they had cotton candy and you had Skittles, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to worry about that because he got his now. They should have settled this situation way earlier. It would have again stabilized the organization. The organization would have made the statement that this is our guy going forward for the future.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, you just focus on winning. Simply put.
Yeah.
So now he's standing around looking at what Deshaun getting. And Deshaun ain't had near about the success he's had in the league. I mean, he's played well, but he hasn't had MVP success.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about a guy that, his first full year starting won MVP?
Man got a unanimous MVP.
A unanimous MVP at that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. So telling the dude to put a brace on it, no, Mike, you look, you want him to go out there because you want him to get hurt so he don't get close to your rushing yard record as a quarterback. I know what it is. I know what you're trying to do. You ain't slick. So, because he creeping. He's like 2,000 away. He can get that in 2 years, and that record he is.
Oh shit, yeah. He can get that in 2 years.
Too easy.
What you think about the comparisons to RG3? When he literally went out there with a brace on, and that shit didn't end well.
Well, I have a different feeling about that situation.
Okay, talk to me.
They weren't trying to protect him.
Ooh.
Because when Kirk Cousins came in that game, the protection got better.
So you think the O-line, or you think the coaches? Wasn't there some smoke back then, like Shanahan, like the elder Shanahan? Ain't that he was the coach, right? Mike Shanahan,
yes.
not your boy Shanahan, but
yes,
the elder Shanahan.
Yes,
he was the coach, and
remember,
and I think RG3 had become like buddy with the owner or something like that,
the owner.
And kind of there was some resentment between all that kind of shit.
I don't think that situation was as pretty as they want to make it seem. And then also, if I remember right, they drafted Kirk Cousins the same year they drafted RG3.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken. So why did you bring two quarterbacks in the room? So I mean, if you look at the trajectory of RG3 and Kirk Cousins' careers, Kirk went and got guaranteed money.
He did do that.
RG3 is on my TV talking to me on Monday nights. So I'm just saying. I mean, and he played behind Lamar. So I'm probably sure they might have discussed that a little bit. He might have talked about that injury and what that kind of did for his career and stuff. And maybe Lamar just think about that. He played with the man, actually. I mean, so, he might have been like.
And I think he posted about it publicly, too. I think he posted a picture of his
RG3?
Yeah.
Big old brace.
And he posted a picture of his shit going out, though. Like,
the play. Yeah, he went. Yeah. I think it was a fumble, and he tried to like turn, go back for it or something.
Yeah, that shit was nasty.
Yeah. I'm just saying, man, it's these are business decisions that I think you either do or you don't want to make. And now I think more guys are just leaning towards making it. And look, he came and he put the Ravens in playoff position. It's not like he wouldn't have finished the season had he not gotten hurt, or had he gotten hurt. I mean, he'd have finished the season if he wasn't hurt, basically. Mm-hmm. So the guy's got an issue. His knee is unstable, they've said. I don't think he even needed to tweet it out, to be honest with you. I wouldn't have said nothing, but Lamar likes Twitter. We know that. We've seen his rants and beefs with people on Twitter. So even ex-Ravens players.
But no, Pollard caught me. He's been bodied.
Exactly.
He got bodied.
So it's just that we just at a point now where, man, I think even Sean Payton said something about, he didn't like it. He didn't care for the tweet. He don't see him coming back. But Sean, you would love to have him.
Now, Sean Payton, the same motherfucker that ran Drew Brees out there with collapsed lung, the ribs all fucked up.
No arm.
They lost. And what happened? Drew Brees was gone the next year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Who knows? If Drew Brees had just sat on down rest of that season, maybe he would have, got himself revitalized off season and everything like that. Yeah. And maybe he would have kept playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His counterpart Brady's still going.
Yeah.
But that man, remember that shit? That man had a collapsed lung. And I'm like, what? That man better come back out here What?
Yeah, it was crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that
But
shit was
you know,
crazy.
but they love that whole warrior thing about being a warrior. And it's good when it's in game, it's winning time, you in the midst of it, you adrenaline going, you feel like you can go.
Mm-hmm.
But when you sit down and you get off the high of that game, in my opinion, you need to be thinking about longevity. That's what all these guys need to be doing because the NFL don't care nothing about nothing when it comes to you and the rest of your life after you done made them a bunch of money on that
Well,
field.
we just saw that with the DeMar Hamlin situation. Well, remember the details about his contract came out
Yeah,
that if it wasn't this life-threatening thing that went just viral and everybody paying attention to it, if he just would have had a regular injury and got put on IR, they would have reduced his money and all this kind of shit. You know, they basically would have thrown that man away.
exactly.
Know what I'm saying? So the fact that even after the DeMar Hamlin thing,
Yeah,
you got folks out here steady telling cats in this violent game. We ain't talking about basketball or baseball. We talking about goddamn violence.
yeah,
When the dude like the knee ain't right, and this man whole game is dependent upon his ability to move.
he got to have.
Shit, what the fuck? We still out here saying that shit. That's crazy.
And you got to also think about it too, man. Lamar has looked over and went, okay, Joe Burrow just went to a bowl. Pat Mahomes, these are my contemporaries. These guys are enjoying success.
Mm-hmm.
And the Baltimore Ravens think they're still in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas we construct this great defense and we give just enough offensively to get 17 and the defense going to do the rest. And that ain't the case no more.
They just give
They just gave Roquan 100 million.
Roquan a bunch of money.
100 million. And I get it.
He a bad motherfucker now.
He bad boy. And,
Yeah.
and you know, that solidifies that position for years going forward. Got it. But Lamar Jackson is looking like, okay, you want me to be great, but you ain't giving me nothing to be great with other than you gave me I got Mark Andrews. You took my number one. You shipped him off. You sent him to Arizona. I've been playing this year with Devin Duvernay and Marcus Robinson and Isaiah Likely, and I haven't had J.K. Dobbins for most of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
Like Vick said, put a brace on. That's what he wanted to do.
I will say this: the only thing I
That's what
fought
Vic said.
Lamar on, was I personally think he should have got an agent. I mean, I like the fact of negotiating and everything, but I personally think you put the right agent in place to go make that deal for you, and you just focus on ball.
Mm-hmm.
And this won't even the money he probably would have got the money. Mm-hmm. He probably would have got the money. So,
Well, America, y'all chime in and tell us what y'all think. Do y'all think that Vic was right? That Lamar Jackson should have just put a brace on it, gut it out, and try to go get the bowl? Or was Lamar right to sit out, think about his long-term future, and trying to get some financial guarantees in place? All right? Put it on some.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?